Yarny.
Hi there! I don't know about you guys, but I love going on cruises. And for those of you that aren't familiar with cruises or simply haven't heard about this, there's actually a game that many guests like to play and anyone can participate. Basically, it's called hiding ducks, and people simply bring their own personalized rubber duckies with little tags to introduce themselves a little bit, and they hide them around the ship for others to find. So the people that find the ducks can keep them if they really like them, or rehide for the next passengers to find. So you have some duckies that literally go around the world. Crazy, right? So for my Alaskan cruise, I decided to crochet a few ducks in different colors, like this little guy here. I have the green one here, a pink one here, and this little blue guy. I find them so cute, and even if you don't plan on going on cruises or play this hiding ducks game, it really makes for a good home decoration or a kid's toy. So in today's video, I'll show you how to crochet these little cute duckies. It's actually a quick project and it's not too difficult. Before we do though, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button for more video. Alright, let's go! In order to complete the crochet duck, you will need to know the magic ring, the single crochet, the double crochet, the chain stitch, the slip stitch, the increase technique, and the invisible decrease technique. If you're unfamiliar with any of these stitches or techniques, don't worry, we will be demonstrating these slowly at least once in this video so you can follow along. Otherwise, if you prefer to master these techniques and stitches before starting this tutorial, we do have very slow and detailed videos on how to do all of these stitches and techniques. I'll be linking these videos down below. Now, in terms of materials needed for this project, you will need 2 different colored yarns. For myself, I will be using this teal colored yarn for the body of the duck, and I will be using this orange colored yarn for the beak of the duck. For you at home, feel free to use any 2 colors that you love. These 2 yarns are both medium weight yarns. For the crochet hook, I will be using this 4mm crochet hook. Now, generally speaking, for medium weight yarns, they do recommend using a 5mm crochet hook, but I do prefer using a smaller size yarn for my amigurumi projects. I'll also be using these safety eyes to do the eyes of my little duck. I got these from Amazon and they're super useful if you want to do a lot of amigurumi projects. They come with back pieces that help you secure the safety eyes very easily. And also, we will be needing polyfill to fill our project. If you do not have any, I do like to use yarn scrap to fill my projects, or if you have old clothing pieces that you do not mind cutting up and inserting in your projects, feel free to use that as well. Now let's start with the body of the duck. We will be starting with round 1 with a magic ring with 6 single crochet inside the magic ring. In order to do the magic ring, you take your yarn, you put it on your hand, separate your index and middle finger from the rest of your fingers a little bit. You take your working yarn and you want to wrap your yarn around your 2 fingers, making a cross on top. Now take your hook. You want your hook to go under the cross, going to grab the upper left portion here. So under, grabbing the upper left portion. Now pull the yarn forward. You see how your hook is facing down. You simply want to twist your hook up like this. This will twist the yarn, making a loop on your hook here. Now, you still have a cross on your finger, and the hook, you want to use it to go grab on the same upper left portion here of the cross. So, grabbing it and pull it through the loop that's on your hook. Just like this, and this is how you do a magic ring. Now, once we have the magic ring, we will do 6 single crochet inside the magic ring. To do a single crochet inside the magic ring, you simply insert your hook inside the ring, and you want your hook to go grab onto the yarn,
and you want to pull the yarn back through the ring here. Now you have 2 loops on your hook like this, and you simply want to wrap the yarn around your hook, which is called yarn over, pull the yarn through both loops on your hook. So this is how you do a single crochet. So we need to do 5 more like this. So I've just completed my 6 single crochet inside the magic ring. Now what I'm going to do is tighten my magic ring by pulling onto the tail. So this will shut the magic ring so that we can work in rounds, creating the head of our duck. Now for round 2, it's very simple. What we're going to do is essentially increase all around our circle. This means that we will insert 2 stitches in each of these 6 stitches. So 2 single crochet in each single crochet here that we have. So in my next stitch that I have here, I will first insert 1 single crochet, and since I'm doing an increase, I'll insert a single crochet inside that same stitch I just did my first single crochet. This is what we call an increase technique. So basically I've just completed 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and at the end of this round 2 we will have 12 stitches in total. So I'll keep going, increasing 5 more times, which is a total of 10 stitches. So I've just completed my round 2, which was increased all around, ending with 12 stitches in total. So for round 3, it's very similar. What we're going to do is again increase all around. So for each of the 12 stitches that you have from round 2, you will insert 2 single crochet in each of the 12 stitches, and at the end of round 3 we will have 24 stitches in total. So in my first stitch of round 3, I'm inserting a first single crochet, and then in that same exact stitch that I just did my single crochet, I'd insert a second single crochet. This will be my first increase. So now I have 11 more increases to do. Now I've just completed my increases for round 3, and I have 24 single crochet all around. So moving on to round 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these next 4 rounds are exactly the same. What we're going to do is simply single crochet all around. This means for round 4, you do single crochet all around your project, so 24 single crochet. Round 5, same thing, 24 single crochet. Round 6, 24 single crochet, and round 7, 24 single crochet. So I've just completed my 24 single crochet on round 7, and now we're basically ready for round 8. Before we start round 8, I do want to mention that your project, as you'll notice, will start to curl like this, which is perfectly normal. This is what we want because this will be the head of our duck. And so make sure that it's curling the right side, as I suspect it might not be, just like mine here. So if you look at my project here, you'll notice that this side you see a bunch of little bumps for the stitches. So this is actually the wrong side of the project. This should be the inside. So if I push my project like this, so now you'll notice that my stitches, you'll see a bunch of rounds that are spiraling out. So this is actually the right side, which is the side you want to be shown outside. So just make sure you twist your project so that it's displaying the right side. Now for round 8, it's very easy. We're going to do invisible decrease all around. And so since we have 24 single crochet after round 7, after the decrease all around, we will have 12 stitches in total. And so invisible decrease, it's actually very simple. you will essentially want to insert your hook inside the front loop only of your next stitch. The front loop only is essentially the leg of your stitch that's closest to you. So your stitch always have two legs, one in the front and one at the back. So I can basically separate like this. So the front loop is always the side that's closest to you. And so insert your hook inside the front loop only of the next stitch. Then you will immediately insert your hook inside the front loop only of the following stitch. This is how we will combine two stitch into one. Now you will wrap the yarn around your hook. You will pull the yarn through the front loops only. So both of the front loops, like this. Now you have two loops on your hook, yarn over, pull the yarn through both loops. So just like that, you have decreased, which means you have merged two stitches into one. So we're essentially going to do this all around, and at the end we will have 12 stitches in total. So now I've just completed my round 8 with my 12 decreases, which gives me a total of 12 stitches in total. So as you can see, we already have the shape of our head, a little round head here, and the next round, round 9, we will do increase all around. So basically this area here that we just did is essentially the neck of the duck, and now we're going to increase so that we're working on the actual body. So remember, increase is just 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So at the end of round 9, you will have 24 stitches in total. So 2 single crochet inside each of the stitches. Now I've just completed my round 9 with increases all around, which resulted in 24 stitches all around my project here. Now for round 10, it's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to do 22 single crochet, and then for the last 2 stitches, we're going to do 2 increases. At the end of this round, we will have 26 stitches in total. So I'll simply start with my 22 single crochet. So I've just completed my 22nd single crochet. Now I will do an increase in the next stitch. So 2 single crochet inside the same stitch. So 1, and then second one in the same stitch. So I've done my first increase. Now I'll do my second increase. So single crochet inside the next stitch, the first one. And now I'll do a second single crochet inside that same stitch. So now I have completed my second increase, which is the end of round 10. So we have 26 stitches in total at the end of round 10. Now for round 11, again, it's going to be a little different. So we're going to do 23 single crochet, then we're going to do 2 increases, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet. So at the end of round 11, we will have 28 stitches in total. So I'll go ahead and do 23 single crochet. So I'm just now doing my 23rd single crochet. Once I'm done with that, I'll do 2 increases. So again, 2 single crochet inside the same stitch. So first single crochet inside my next stitch. Now I'm doing my second single crochet inside that same stitch. So this is my first increase. I'll do a next one, single crochet in the next stitch, and the second single crochet in the same stitch. So I've just completed 2 increases. Now we're finishing round 11 with 1 last single crochet. So at the end of round 11, we have 28 stitches in total. Now moving on to round 12. Again, a little different. We're going to do 24 single crochet, then we're going to do 2 increases, and then we're going to finish round 12 with 2 single crochet. At the end of round 12, we're going to have 30 stitches in total. So I'll go ahead and start with my 24 single crochet. So I've just completed my 24th single crochet, and I'll now move on to my 2 increases. So my first increase, I'll do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So I've just completed my first increase. I'll do my second increase. Now after my second increase, we will finish the row with 2 single crochet. So single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the following stitch. So now at the end of this round 12, we have 30 stitches in total around the little duck here. Now moving on to round 13, again a little different. So for this round 13, we're going to do 25 single crochet followed by 2 increases and finishing the round with 3 single crochet. So that's a total of 32 stitches in total at the end of round 13. So I'll go ahead and do 25 single crochet now. So I've just completed my 25 single crochet. Now I'll do my 2 increases. So 2 single crochet in the same next stitch. So I just did my first. I'll do my second single crochet in that same stitch. And now moving on to my second increase. So first single crochet in the next stitch, and then I'll do a second single crochet inside that same stitch. And now I'll finish the round with 3 single crochet, which means 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then I'll do a single crochet in the following stitch, and then I'll do a single crochet in the next stitch. So at the end of round 13 here, we have 32 stitches in total for our little duck. Now for the next round, round 14, it's going to be very, very easy. We're simply going to do single crochet all around. So single crochet all around here, and so you should have 32 single crochet. So I just completed my round 14 of the duck, and we can see the shape taking form. And so this area here is the head, and we have the neck that's a little tighter portion here, and this whole section here is the body. Now if you can see, this here is going outwards a little bit, so this here is the back of the duck. Now this is important to notice because we're going to do the beak and insert the safety eyes next. We obviously want the beak and the eyes in the center and front of the face. So what we want to do is flatten the body of our duck, and just make sure the stitches are well positioned, and we still see the portion going outwards. So this will tell us that this is the back of the duck, and we want our beak on this side. Now for the beak, we want it to be between the 5th and the 6th round. And so each round is represented by the circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. So between 5 here and 6 here, this area here is where we want our beak. Now if I flatten the body again, just to make sure I'm perfectly centered, the beak will be a total of 4 stitches. So I like to count my stitches to make sure it's really centered. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm comfortable by starting at this point here. If you found the point you're comfortable starting, just insert your hook under the stitch here and go grab the yarn to make the beak. You just want to put the yarn on your hook and then pull the yarn through the stitch here. So this is how we are going to start. Now the first stitch for the beak will be a chain. So you will yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. So this is a chain. Now the next step is simply to do 2 single crochet. So the single crochet is very easy. You want to insert your hook in the next stitch, so coming out like this. And now you want to yarn over, pull a yarn through the little hole it just went through. And as you can see, you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull the yarn through both loops on the hook. So you have your first single crochet. Now you do the same thing in the next stitch. Insert your hook inside the next stitch, coming out like this. And then yarn over, pull the yarn back through the hole it just went through. You have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull the yarn through both loops. So you just did 2 single crochet. Now we're going to do a slip stitch next. So simply insert your hook in the next stitch, coming out like this. Now you're going to yarn over, pull the yarn through the hole it just went through, and right away pull it through the loop that's on your hook. So this is a slip stitch like this. Now what we're going to do is simply turn the duck upside down like this with the head facing you. And so now we're going to work basically the second row of the beak. So after we've turned, we want to skip this slip stitch we just did, right? So skipping that, what we can see here is basically the single crochet stitches. And now what we're going to do is simply do 2 single crochet. So this here is my first single crochet. So I'll insert my hook inside the single crochet here, and then I'll do a single crochet. And then I'll do another single crochet in the following stitch here. And lastly, we're going to do a slip stitch inside this last stitch here, which is the starting chain. So just insert your hook inside this last chain here. Yarn over, pull the yarn through, and just right away pull the yarn through the loop that's on your hook. So I've just completed my slip stitch. Now what you're wanting to do is simply cut the yarn and pull onto it to secure the stitch. And what you want to do is simply use your hook from the inside and pull these strings inside the body of your duck so that it hides them. So now that both strands of the orange is inside, your beak is basically complete. So you have your beak, and now before we move on, we just want to install the safety eyes before we start stuffing the duck. Now the safety eyes will be basically on the side of the beak. So I usually like to put them 2 stitches apart. So 1 and 2. So as you can see here, we're already done with the face of the duck. We have the beak that we just completed and inserted the safety eyes. Now before we start stuffing our little duck, we will just do one more round. Now from this point on, we're working on closing off the bottom of the duck, and so we're really nearing the end of the project. For round 15, it's going to be a little different. So I'll go step by step. So the next stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet. Then we're going to do an invisible decrease. Then we're going to do a single crochet. And then another invisible decrease. Now we're going to do 10 single crochet in a row. After I'm done with my 10th single crochet in a row, I'll do 1 invisible decrease. Then I'll do 1 single crochet. Now I'll do another invisible decrease. I'll do 1 single crochet next. Now I'll do another invisible decrease. Now I'll do 1 single crochet. Now I'll do 2 invisible decreases. So I'll go ahead and do my first one. And now I'll do my second invisible decrease. Then I'll do 1 single crochet. And then I'll finish with 1 invisible decrease. So at the end of this round here, we will have 24 stitches in total. So now, as you can see, the duck is really getting smaller and smaller. So we will start to stuff our duck here. So once you're satisfied with how you filled your duck, we will move on to round 16. So round 16, it's very simple. We're simply going to alternate between single crochet and invisible decreases. At the end of this round, we will have 16 stitches in total. So I'll go ahead and do my single crochet. Then I'll do an invisible decrease for the next stitch. Now I've just completed my round 16. For round 17, very easy again, we're going to do invisible decrease all around. That means each stitch we're going to do in round 17 will be an invisible decrease. At the end of the round, we're going to have 8 stitches in total. So I've just completed round 17. As you can see, the hole is really getting smaller and smaller. Now for the last round, round 18, we're again going to decrease all around. So we're going to do it 4 times, and at the end, we're going to have 4 stitches or a very, very small hole. So I've just completed round 18. I'll go ahead and cut my yarn off. Just pull onto the yarn to secure the last stitch. Now the last stitch might be coming out a little bit of the bottom. Just use your fingers to place the stitch, and then use your hook going from inside the body so that you can grab onto the yarn and hide the yarn. So now you have the duck here completed without the wings. And so without the wings, the duck actually looks pretty nice, and if you want to call it a day, that's perfectly fine. If you want to add the wings, it's actually pretty quick. It's a similar concept as the beak that we did. So it's also 4 stitches long, and we're going to want to place the wings between around 10 and 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which means on this line right here. Now again, you want to make sure it's well positioned, and since it's 4 stitches, I like to count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not want my wing to be directly under the eye, so I'll just go farther a little back. So if I start 1 stitch back, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that looks better to me. So once you know where you want to position your wing, simply insert your hook inside the stitch here, just like we did for the beak. And now you're going to take the yarn, the same color that you did the body, and then you want to, just like you did with the beak, pull onto the yarn so that it comes out the other side like this. Now we're basically ready to start, and the first thing that we're going to do is to do 2 chains. So chain 1 and then chain 2. After we've done that, we're going to do a double crochet in the same stitch that we just did the chain. So in order to do the single crochet, we're first going to wrap the yarn around our hook like this, and then we're inserting the hook inside that same stitch we just did the chain. And then wrap the yarn around our hook to pull the yarn back through the hole it just went through. And now it's difficult to see because my yarn are mixing up, but you should have 3 loops on your hook. Now you will wrap the yarn around your hook and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on your hook only. And now you have 2 loops left on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook and then pull the yarn through the 2 loops on your hook. So this is how we do the double crochet. Now we're going to do double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So wrap the yarn around our hook, insert the hook inside the next stitch, and then wrap the yarn around our hook to pull it back through the loop it just went through. We have 3 loops on our hook. Now what we want to do is yarn over, pull the yarn through the first 2 loops only, and then yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. So we have 2 more to do. So yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over to pull the yarn through the hole it just went through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over to pull the yarn through the first 2 loops only. Now yarn over to pull it through the last 2 loops. And now we're simply going to do 1 last double crochet in the next stitch. So after we've done with the 3rd double crochet, just quickly do a chain and then we will turn the duck with the head facing us. So we're going to skip the chain we just did. So the chain we just did is the first stitch from the hook. So we're not counting the loop that's on the hook, but this stitch here is a chain we just did. So we're going to skip this chain here, and we're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So my next stitch is this one here. So I'll do a single crochet. And then I'll do a single crochet in the following stitch. And then I'll finish off with a slip stitch. So in the next, inserting the hook in the next stitch here, and then doing a slip stitch. So this is basically the first side of our little wing here. And I'll go ahead and cut the yarn off. I'll pull onto my yarn to secure the stitch. And then again, similar concept as the beak here. We just want to hide these strands of yarn. So you just want to insert your hook anywhere inside the body and going to pull the yarn. And so you can simply cut this extra piece here. And I'll do the same with this other strand here. So this other strand, first I do want to work my way so that this strand is closer to the body. So I'll just pull the yarn with my hook. And now it's closer to the body. So now I'm ready to hide this piece of yarn. So now that we have one side of the wing completed, we just want to do the other side. Now again, between round 10 and 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which means we want to do the wing here. Now again, count 4 stitches from the eye. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you would do the same thing, inserting your hook under the stitch here. Take a yarn and put it on your hook so that you can pull onto the yarn through the stitch so we can work our stitches. Now you will simply chain 2. And then we will do a double crochet inside the same stitch we just did the chain. And now we will do 3 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. After we've done with the last double crochet, we will chain. Now we will turn the project. Now the bottom of the duck is facing us. Now we will skip our chain stitch, which is this first chain here, and then we will do single crochet in the next 2 stitches. After I'm done with my second single crochet, I'll just do a slip stitch in the next stitch. And now I'll go ahead and cut my yarn. I'll pull onto the yarn here to secure the stitch. And just like the other side, I'll use my hook to insert it in the body to pull the yarn and hide the strands of yarn here.